Welcome back to Daybreak. This is John Mark Freeman of the Greater Coosa Valley Chamber of Commerce, and I'm excited to be back this month. This is our second episode of GCV Key Member of the Month. We meet the first Wednesday of the month and we talk about some of the happenings that are happening in Childersburg or the Greater Coosa Valley area. You kind of get to hear and get the behind the curtains of what's going on in some events. And then of course we will always talk about one business, one industry, and kind of hear a little bit about what they're doing and what's happening behind the scenes for them. So a couple events that are happening in Childersburg this Friday. If you have not seen it already, we are going to be having Tiger Fest. Tiger Fest will be at the John Cox Stadium from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. We'll have vendors of all types, and of course this is the back to school bash that they do, and it helps support Childersburg Elementary, Middle, and High School, as well as Watwood. So please come out and support it. Again, that is Friday, August the 4th from 6 to 8 p.m. Next week on Tuesday, we are going to be having our monthly chamber coffee, and this time it is going to be at the Elks Lodge, 2295, right off of Highway 280 in Childersburg. Starts at 8:30 a.m. Come and have some breakfast. It's a great time of networking, getting to meet people, getting to know some other people. We do it every single month, and it is definitely a highlight of the month for myself, getting to see the local people. I see the same people almost every single time. We have a couple new ones, but it's always exciting to get to meet, your circle and your friends, and come hang out with us, come meet some new people. It's always so much fun. Childersburg Family Dental, we actually had them last month for a key member of the month. We had Dr. Roxanne Weaver. They are having on October the 20th, they're having the Childersburg Family Dental Free Dentist Day. It is from it starts at 8 a.m. and they are doing one extraction or one dental cleaning per patient. You do need to call ahead and schedule your time. Again, that is going to be October the 20th. And we're going to go ahead and jump forward to December. We want to go ahead and put the date out there. Our Childersburg Christmas Parade is going to be December 21st, and that is going to be sponsored by Cadence Bank, the Childersburg branch. And we'll stay tuned for a little bit more details. We're going to work a couple things out. It's going to be an exciting time for Childersburg. If you've ever been to downtown Childersburg during the month of December, you know it is beautiful at night, so we are very excited for that going on. Some chamber things that we are going to be doing is we had just started a partnership with Greater Coosa Valley Chamber of Commerce, the Sylacauga Chamber of Commerce, and Central Alabama Community College, and we are starting an Industrial Advisory Alliance. It is going to be some of the local businesses and industry getting together and just figuring out, well, what are some common issues that we are having, and what can we as the chambers and Central Alabama Community College do together to fix these issues. We're very excited about that. And lastly, we have Young Professionals going on. It's a year-round calendar event where we have students from Childersburg and Fayetteville. This year we have 7 students from Childersburg, we have 4 students from Fayetteville, and we meet once a month and we go tour different locations and kind of hear from different people. 2 months ago, we met with the Childersburg Fire Department, the Childersburg Police Department, and our mayor and council, and the students got to have some one-on-one time with them. It was really exciting for them. This month on the 14th, we're actually going to get a tour of NEMAC and of Bates Enterprises. And Young Professionals is a great initiative that we started at the Chamber this year. Very excited to say that the event sponsor was Kiwanis Clubs of Childersburg, and we also had Coosa Pines come on board and help cover some expenses for our students. And that will be an amazing segue, because this morning our GCV Key Member of the Month is going to be Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union. And to introduce Coosa Pines, we have the one and only Don Carden this morning. So Don, we are excited to have you this morning, and thank you for coming out this morning. I know it's real early, like myself. Neither one of us are early risers, and I got up this morning at 4:30 to get ready, and that's just not normal for me.
No, I'm still hurting from getting up early.
I understand that. So yeah. Don, let's get to know a little bit about you. Who are you, Don?
Who am I? Well, I was raised in Sylacauga. I went to B.B. Comer High School. It's really a great school. From there, I went on to Jacksonville State University. I crammed 4 years of college into 5 because I couldn't make up my mind what I was going to major in. I had to think about it, and then I finally settled on finance, and I went later little while after that, I went to work at Heritage South Credit Union back when it was Avondale Sylacauga Employees Federal Credit Union. And
that's a long name, isn't
it? Yes, it was terrible. So it's just too long. But you know, I really developed a love for credit unions there. And you know, credit unions are different. You know, we're not for profit. We're here to serve our members, and we don't have a stockholders. You know, our investors are our members, and we try to return cash and services to those members.
Yeah, in Coosa Pines, I've heard so many great things about them. So, speaking of them, when did Don join Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union?
Well, I joined Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union in 1993 as a member, but I actually came to work at Coosa Pines in 2002.
Where did you start at?
I started as a branch manager in Sylacauga.
Okay, and then you worked your way up.
Yeah.
And so, speaking of Coosa Pines, when did they open the doors? When did they start? And a little bit of history behind Coosa Pines.
Well, Coosa Pines was formed by a group of paper mill workers out at Kimberly-Clark in 1950. And so it was a group that got together, and then they wanted to offer credit union financial services to the employees of the mill and their immediate family members.
Okay, that is awesome. So it started in 1950. Do you want to give us a little bit more about Coosa Pines, or is that all you got for us?
Well, I can talk about Coosa Pines all day. You know that. So I try not to talk too much about it. But, you know, as the credit union grew, you know, it did grow steadily and was strong over the years. And in 2004, they realized that they really needed to expand beyond the original paper mill field of membership. In 2004, we expanded to have a community charter with the NCUA, National Credit Union Administration, so that we served 5 counties in this area. We've actually expanded since then, and now we serve 6 counties in this area: Jefferson, St. Clair, Shelby, Clay, Coosa, and Talladega counties.
How many branches does Coosa Pines have?
5.
That's incredible. Where are they all at?
Well, we have Vincent, and you know, that's the one people don't think about. It's a small community, but the folks there love it, and
they still need money. Yeah,
they need money too. So it's a good place, and you can tell that the people in that community really love having that branch there. Pell City, Chelsea, Sylacauga, and Childersburg.
Absolutely. How many employees between those 5 branches does Coosa Pines employ? Yeah,
we have 58 employees, with 2 of those being part-timers. We're actually looking for a part-time teller in Sylacauga, if anybody's interested.
That's actually my next question.
Yeah, that's
so 56 full-time employees.
Yes.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So any events, anything that Coosa Pines is doing that's happening, any specials that you kind of want to let the people know about?
Well, we do have a 5% CD for 13 months, which is a great rate. If you have a couple $1 million and you want to deposit it, you know, you can just take it out of your personal account and just put it in there.
I don't have a couple $1 million. Maybe one day I will, but I'm not there yet.
But you know, it's a good deal. I mean, and Coosa Pines is in great financial shape, so it's a safe, secure place to put your money. In 2021, we were rated as one of the top 200 credit unions in the U.S.
That's awesome.
As far as financial soundness. So we're in great shape, and we'd love to take care of everybody's services.
Speaking about the finances of Coosa Pines, what was the number for last year? How much money you gave back to your members?
It was $500,000.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and you know, banks don't do this, and I'm not bashing banks. I'm just saying,
they're different.
Banks are different because they're there to earn money for their investors. We're here to reward our members and serve our members. So when we have a good year, we give cash back at the end of the year, and several of our members, you know, it was based off of how much interest you had paid on your loans, and also on how much you had earned in dividends on your account. So some members on the Wednesday before Black Friday received as much as $300, $400, $500 in their savings account right before Black Friday.
That's awesome. The generosity from Coosa Pines definitely does not go unnoticed. One of my favorite things that Coosa Pines does is whenever we have a chamber coffee, whether it's Silicaga or the Childersburg Chamber, I always love that you're there welcoming us with a $10 bill. There's nothing better than walking in and getting, as you call it, free samples, and that's incredible. So that's if I could have it every month, we would have it just so I could get the $10 bill. So it definitely goes, noticed. So what are some goals that you want to see happen for the rest of 2023? We just started in August.
Yeah. Well, for the rest of this year, I mean, I guess one of the big projects that we look forward to this time of year is our giving tree. And we round up gifts and cash to where we can purchase gifts for children in need in our area. I know last year it got to the point that Talladega County DHR said there was actually no children left, there was no children left that had requested a gift.
Yeah,
so I
awesome.
thought that was a great thing. I mean, I know a lot of other companies give to this too, and I think it's great. We started this a few years ago, and I was amazed at how excited our employees were. And some of our employees that probably made the least amount of money at the credit union, they were the ones buying for 5 or 6 kids.
That's awesome.
It was amazing how generous everyone was.
Well, it's that spirit of generosity that starts, I believe it starts at the top and it flows its way down. So I think you've done a great job leading it to that, to where those employees want to do that because you set the example. We got to set the bar for them, and that's awesome to hear. So what can just a regular member of Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union, or anybody who's not a member yet, do to help you reach that goal?
Well, when we start making, probably in November, we'll get our first list of children.
Okay.
And we'll start putting those on tags at various Coosa Pines offices and on the trees. So if you come by one of the offices, you don't even have to be a member. You can pick up a gift card for a child, and it'll say suggested gifts or what the child is wanting. You can go pick out those gifts, return them to the credit union, and if you're would rather just give cash and let us do the shopping, we can do that too.
Cash is the best gift. You don't never go wrong with cash.
And we actually are matching those gifts up to $5,000. So if
awesome.
we get $5,000 in cash and gifts for the kids, then we'll give an additional $5,000.
Well, that is awesome, Don. That's awesome to hear. I know, especially those kids in those situations, that means the world to them just to be able to get a couple gifts. And so that is awesome to hear that you guys are doing. So one thing I will always ask every single one of my key members of the month is we definitely like to highlight success stories, whether that be an employee or just a member that we have. So what is, since 2005, you've been at Coosa Pines. What is the best success story that you had, whether it be an employee or just a member of the credit union?
Well, I love building relationships with employees, and that's a learning experience. From the time I became CEO, it was a challenge. Learning different people and developing those relationships. One of the best things that we do at the credit union is our intern program. We have a college intern program where we hire about 7 students, college students every year. They come in and they're very young and they're kind of green, we always have unique experiences with them. I know I had one there was one intern that we nicknamed Parker because she would always take up 2 parking spots.
That's funny.
And she said, "Well, I thought the lines were just kind of suggestions."
Yeah.
Just try to fit in there.
Into one.
Into one. Yeah. So, but the I love bringing in the kids every year, and it really has been a great help for us. We have 2 of our managers now are former interns that proved good work ethics and to be good employees as interns, and they later came back to work full time for us. And there was we've actually had a couple of kids that decided that college wasn't for them, and they ended up being full-time in other positions.
Well, that's awesome. I love hearing that your intern program is, you're definitely doing your job working with them, and you're sending them off, but that you also will retain some of them as well if they have a good work ethic. That's awesome. I love hearing that. So, Don, any final remarks that you want to tell the GCV members?
Well, GCV, Greater Coosa Valley Chamber,
yes, sir.
I think is a great organization to
Thank
belong to. We support it. We love you guys. We've been members forever.
Yeah.
I don't know when we weren't a member really, but you know, anything that you're needing done, if you're a business member, talk to your chamber. It's a great place to go. And of course, if you need any sort of financial services, think about Coosa Pines. We'd love to help you.
Again, this is Don Carden and John Mark Freeman. John, I am the president of the Greater Coosa Valley Chamber of Commerce, and Don is the CEO of the Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union. And Don, it has been a pleasure to speak to you this morning.
Same here.
It's just been a great morning of conversation. I know for both of us, it's a little bit different getting up at 5 in the morning, getting ready to rock and roll. But I think you did a great job. Of course, Coosa Pines is a great supporter of the GCV Chamber, and it is amazing to have you guys in our membership and the partnership that we have. And I'm excited to see the future and the future opportunities that we're going to be working together. Again, this is John Mark Freeman with the Greater Coosa Valley Chamber of Commerce, and this has been August Key Member of the Month with Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union. And stay tuned because we have more coming up on Daybreak this morning.